I'll be covering the anatomy of the eye in this video. So I would like to do that with the help of this 3D model over here. So as you can see, this represents the eye, the whole eye and all the components present in the eye. The bone, the skull part is not included over here. It's not necessary. So starting off, the sclera. The sclera is this tough white coat around the eye. It gives it structural integrity and support for the eye. Moving on, you have the retina. The retina is the light sensitive part of the eye, and it helps in reception of the outside light and converting it to a electrical impulse and sending it to the brain for it to be analyzed. Moving on, you have the choroid layer, which is present between the sclera and the retina, and it serves as the blood vessel or blood uh, tissue area of the eye and provides blood to the retina. In turn, provides all the nutrients which the retina needs. Moving on to the conjunctiva. The conjunctiva, if you could see this highlighted yellow part, it's a white covering of the eyeball as such, and it can be visualized from the not with the normal in the normal eye easily when you open the eyelids. Moving on, you have the cornea. The cornea is like your lens cover, or something, if you wanted me to put in easier terms, it's like your uh, wrap around your cell phone to protect the screen. So the screen here is the lens inside, and it's a opaque layer which serves as a, it's not opaque. If it becomes opaque, it's known as cataract. It's a transparent layer of protection, and it provides a different optical density for the light to bend before entering into the lens. So that is the work of the cornea. Moving on to the lens. So the lens here helps in focusing the light on the retina so that it can be picked up easily. Moving on to the iris. This is the colored part of the eyes. There are various colors which you can see on an eye. Most common ones being brown or black. There are other exotic colors like blue or green. They're very rare, and they are they are bound to specific genes. So then moving on to ciliary processes over here. These are a ring of tissues which help in the stretching out and making the changing the shape of the lens, thereby changing its focal power, thereby helping us to see far away or nearby. And this is works closely with the ciliary muscles. So the ciliary muscles attaches to the lens through the ciliary processes. So that's about that. And moving on, zonular fibers. These are nothing but structural fibrous ligaments which help in the supporting of the eye. It is split into two parts: a thin layer which is lines the hyaloid fossa, and the thicker layer which acts as a suspensory ligament, which I'll be showing a little bit later. So moving on to the hyaloid canal, you see this canal over here, that would be the hyaloid canal, and then it's like from the vitreous body to the entrance of the optic nerve it runs. Moving on to the optic nerve it takes up the impulse from the retina and takes it to the brain. So moving on to the blood vessels, these are all the various blood vessels. They enter in the same pathway as the optic nerve. This is the lacrimal sac, your tear gland kind of thing. Your lacrimal canaliculi, which are like basically collecting stuff, or they go and discharge over there. And finally, your lacrimal gland. Your lacrimal gland will help in secretion of tears. So these tears will help in the cleaning of the eyes, and it gets drained into the lacrimal sac and goes out. These are meibomian glands. Meibomian glands secrete oil. This oil which helps in the retaining of water so that the water doesn't get evaporated easily. That's the work of the meibomian gland. Then the muscles, the orbicularis oculi muscle is like a huge muscle surrounding the eye, giving one layer of protection. There is the orbital septum, which is another structural support, mainly a fibrous membrane. The extraocular muscles, which are the levator palpebrae superioris, superior oblique, inferior oblique, lateral rectus, medial rectus, inferior rectus, superior rectus. So those are all the extraorbital muscles, extraocular muscles, which help in the movement of the eyeball. And then moving on to the trochlea, this is a small cartilaginous part around which the extraocular muscles are going to go around and attach to the eyeball. So then you have the eyelids, which are just a small thin structural things which help in the opening and closing of eyelids. Then you have the palpebral ligament, basically something which goes and attaches to the two ends of the medial end and the lateral end of the eyeball. And finally you have the suspensory ligament, which I have told you about before. So it helps in covering the whole eyeball and putting it in place. It's known as the annulus of Zinn. And finally you have the eyelashes. So that would be all the basic anatomy of the eyeball, and I just uh, hope that you found it very useful. I'll be showing you the coronal section as well. So this is the coronal section of the eyeball. See over here, it's just cut into half and you can see the inner parts. So first of all, you see the outermost layer is the sclera, which is a fibrous tough layer which acts as protection for the eye, and it is followed by the choroid, which is the blood supply layer of the eyeball. Then moving on, you have the retina inside. This is the vitreous body, and the retina is over here. This thin membrane right here. I'm not able to select it. Fine. So then you have the optic nerve running over here and the ophthalmic artery coming in and ophthalmic vein going out. So moving on to the anterior part of the eye. So this black part over here is the pupil. Then you have the lens over here, which is translucent, followed by the iris, the colored part of the eye, and the cornea, which is the outermost thin transparent layer of the eye. And you have the ciliary process and the ciliary muscle, which helps in the changing the shape of the eye lens present in the eye. So that would be all about there's a blind spot present in the eye, it's known as fovea, and that would be all. Where the optic nerve enters the uh, eyeball is known as the optic disc. So that would be another thing which you need to know. So that would be all about the anatomy of the eye. I just thought it would be really fun to do something like this. I'll be covering the physiology of eye and getting into the pathology of eye very soon. Thank you. Please do like, subscribe and comment and share these videos as much as possible.